Well, they say the CT side of Ancient is where the map is easy. And if that's true, then maybe Astralis are able to give us a little something. But Big Clan, they were so well prepared, so well oiled, and so on the ball in those first 15 rounds.
Everyone over 10 frags on Big.
Ooh, I just feel like they are the better machine.
Yep.
We'll see, their continuous pistol round success. It's been able to get away.
Yeah.
They tend to win pistols. The only team that's taken pistols from them was FaZe. And so far, that's been true here again. 4 versus 3 turned 3 versus 2.
They've called the attention of the rest of the CTs. And Tizia's waiting for some kind of lurk, but he can't win. The dual bomb gets dropped in enemies' hands, and Keto will come on to try to
clutch
if he can.
But 1 versus 3, he's down. So they split pistols. 4 kills for Config. He's been quiet this map.
Yes.
This is his chance.
He got some confidence with a K now. What we need. That smoked it a lot for sure.
This was weird.
Very strange.
Fighting over green.
Yep, and I mean, a great team on CT side can look terrible on this map when you switch over, so we'll see. It'll be a real test of Big. It was already a pretty compelling pistol, though. A nice attempt.
Definitely had a game plan. A little strat. But it's just Glocks, okay? And I don't know about you, man. Glocks don't get me excited.
No, not even Glock Emeralds?
Not even Glock Emeralds. Although I did watch you on Box One once. That was pretty fun.
I gave it away.
Yeah, you said, I'm giving this away. Who wants it? And I said, me. Right away, I DM'd you.
Yeah.
And you didn't even answer.
It was already gone.
Just not fast enough. Blame F catches Favin outside of the B site, but that is the only player there for Big. We're going to get the 4 Glock push through long. And if they do it 1 by 1, they'll make it even easier for their opponents. Sure enough, everybody gets shut out. No success whatsoever for Big Clan in this one. But what can you expect? It's only stupid Glocks.
It's yes. It's only silly little Glocks. 5 rounds to go. Scrape back to Dignity Astralis. Show us why you picked the map. Full AK's coming in, and this will be a good chance to compare game plans to what Astralis tried to attempt on the T side versus what Big will go for. And already it's a little different. This lean over towards the B site. How fast are we coming in here? Okay, they press pause. Molly to separate some of the attack. Push from Blame F out towards Cave. Not much utility damage to start off the round from the CT perspective, and they activate a little bit.
Oy, nice spam. That was good.
Yeah.
I feel like I learned all of those from Rain.
Yeah, Rain is the
construction worker.
The alchemist, the construction, what do they call him?
The alchemist.
No, there was another word that I'm missing, a nickname for him. Oh, the architect.
The architect, that's a good one. Ooh, Favin clears the corner. Config tries to push through, will find 1, but dies in the meantime. Low HP for Favin, and he gets a 2nd kill.
That was a nice low HP play to make off the corner of the smoke, and
right,
that changes this post plan entirely.
Huge pickup for him to do that one. Lucky and Blame F going to need to synergize here. At the very least, they already have all of Cave control, but there's a chance that Keto wraps that back around alongside Searson.
1 flash, no smoke, no kit.
Yikes. Bomb halfway gone. Blame F's waiting for this. If Favin can die towards ramp just like that, then maybe, but Searson, he's going to be the 2nd player in from Caves. They're going to expect that he's down ramp, but this is also not planted for him. He rushes out, kills the bomb diffuser, falls back into the cover, still no kit for Blame F, so albeit the frag is his, the round belongs to Big.
Damn, and that comes down to a little bit low on utility, and when you're low on utility, you need extra numbers, and I think Favin made the key play there. Post plans and even numbers, I'm going to give it to the CT side on the B side very often. We've seen teams get that bomb down over and over again, but cannot figure out how to win in the after plan situations. And it's just because because retakes are just super possible. It's really easy once you get in and you have CT control to get in there. But Faven changed that story really quickly. So, wow, quickly. Off into the T side immediately. Success for Big.
By the skin of their teeth.
Very close.
Really valiant effort there between Lucky and BlameF. They both won their first individual duels. And then unfortunately, they just lose the guessing game. Still 3 A1Ss for the CT side, but...
And that was 4v5.
Half of the rounds of Big. And, you know, our analysts talked about the map pool for this series. Mirage, Dust 2.
I wonder if BlameF will find a timing here again.
Goes for it.
Seeing a lot of players, but they've got 3 over on the B side. No reason to over-rotate. BlameF looks for his timing once again. No damage this time. Oh, and they're up.
Yeah, they're going to walk right through that. Smoke pops in their faces. Lucky could still do a good job of holding this back. We got spams also coming through the pocket wall. BlameF dropped down to 50. Oof. Playing a
now
game of luck.
The CTs will completely pull guard. At 50 seconds, you can make, you know, a big rotation around if you want, but they've got to fully commit. If the CTs get aggro on the ramp, it's going to be obviously crystal clear what's going on. No one's going to stay back for any kind of lurk. I guess they're potentially just going to throw some kind of fake utility at the end.
One flash or nope?
30 seconds.
They're all going.
Yeah,
it's a save.
Oh, they're saving.
It's a save.
Wow. Oh, because they don't have any utility.
Listen, you got a comfortable enough lead to go for it, I suppose.
Wow, a Gambit save.
A Gambit save.
I think it was the smoke. It was the smoke. They were committing to that exec, but that smoke came up and then they ran out of utility. So we'll call that the golden smoke from Astralis.
Bastion, can I get a view of this waterfall on the left, please? This is a nice part of the map that you never get to appreciate. Doesn't that look peaceful?
Yeah, sometimes you should look around because the roses and stuff.
Thank you, Bastion.
What about me?
Well, you didn't show me the waterfall.
I had a little poetry at the end.
That's true. Okay. Sure. Thank you, Launders. Always about the big man. All right, let's see if the save was worth it.
I don't know, but they don't have any utility. They didn't have any money, so it's literally the same round, except they have more time.
Yeah, different tempo, I suppose.
Oh, they're just going out. Hey,
why
listen,
not?
There's only MP9 here.
Let's go, dude. This could be the right call.
Oh my god.
This is like their B hits on Dust 2. They just gun it. But Glaive's still behind. Oh! Double MP9.
He's a wall.
That's a big pickup from Glaive. Huge moment for him, but still, they at least clear out this bomb site. Keto, his back is turned to Config, and he's not checking it until now, and it gets swung out by Config. Now, they do still have 2 players here side by side, and if they can get back around the CT spawn, then maybe they go towards the other side of the map.
Oh,
They've just found an evacuation route. Run.
They get no utility with that play. The bomb can make its way over. Now, they know the rotations are in. This is a kind of a hard situation to actually pull off some kind of lurk. They can't even plant safely. Searson is going to see them rotating, and Faven's going to try to escape. Oh, and he can't do that.
Searson could still clutch. Smoke in front of the tunnels. That gives him a 1v1, Searson, and he knows the routing of the other player, so yeah, just leave.
Oh my god, it's actually going back to the A site.
Oh, what is this round?
Just like my matchmaking games.
Gold Nova 4s.
Is he just going to die?
He's got a safe plan.
Yeah.
And BlameF's on the other side of the maps. Okay, Zipix. Waste no time.
That was silly.
God.
I think Searson makes a mistake by trying to lurk in that spot. Like, even though they had some idea of where the rotations would come in, Faven needed some support on that plant. And
yeah, for sure.
They could have been basically anywhere. So that might have been just doing a little bit too much. But
Glaive's moment here.
Hey, this was a good call from Big, and Glaive's back here can't even pull out all of the grenades that he has because they're rushing him so quickly, and they had him full flash. He had to rely on his aim skills, and they delivered.
Second kill was a real cherry on top. Portizian just gets instantly deleted. And now we find Big on pistols. So the Danes are bringing this back. 4 of the 5 CT rounds they've played, they've won. And this one should be added to that tally. But BlameF just got wrecked.
And now I think it's that roulette of let's see what we can do on B. Again, you don't really need nades to take the site. Sometimes the post plants are too difficult without them, but since they got a kill, oh, this could be the move of the round for Config. But which way does he go? He sees players in both directions, but only the bomb in one. And now, if there's some pressure on the A site, does Config turn around is the question.
No need. Oh, he does.
Oh, yeah, he does.
They got 2 kills, but he still turns. A little uncertain here for Config, so he's just going to go back down the middle. Splits the route. Timing on this one, and Zipix locked into the corner. Still going to get checked, but not dealt with. Nicely done here for Astralis. Able to keep 4 players up. Keep some grenades. It's not a total rebuy. The rounds are starting to be collected. Yeah, you were in an awful spot, but not nearly as bad now. Nice start from Tabson. Good shots here from Lucky. Survives the A-test. If he dies, then Config definitely doesn't flank, and who knows what goes down on the other side of the map. Who knows if Zipix stays committed to that corner. He may have not had any support, and it would have been a much easier trade.
No, Astralis, the kill distribution has started to come up across all 5.
Game on. Nice nade. 63 damage off of the frag. Searson picking shrapnel out of his teeth.
BLASTPremier's done a good job of being very annoying inside of the cave. Either spam damage, just staying alive here. They're not really trying to attack him. Looks like it'll be another late attack out towards B. Tizian's, I think, gonna re-smoke middle, but they're not really taking control of it. Astralis in such a strong spot now.
They're also playing a very active CT half the same way that Big were getting away with it. Oh, he does it again.
That's a nice one.
Perfectly timed. Certainly helps. You know, Big are kind of, I mean, I don't want to say feeling lost, but like feeling like they're playing through molasses. They're like trudging along.
That's T-sided Ancient. Yeah.
All while Astralis look as, you know, fluid as ever. BlameF and Glaive were just here prancing around in the tunnels all alone, and
yeah, they're doing
back
really
at that 30-second mark.
Doing really well with the space. But yeah, it's just going to come down to like classic.
Oh, that's clean. Very clean.
Barely had 1 foot on the box.
Config's got to deliver. Close left corner. Fabbing comes in. Not able to stop him. Config still looking to lock in these plays. Meanwhile, Lucky missing a shot. Config does wrap around Searson. Tizian's going to get that kill. 10 seconds. Bomb drop. That's the round. Keto's going to run inwards and die to the off of Config.
Okay.
Who just ran around that cube and kept the defense strong. 10 for the CT side.
Well handled. If he didn't win that duel versus Favin, you know, they're going to overrun the site. So that's what it is with Config. He needs to win those duels in a high frag location. Another great opening from BlameF. It's not just the kill. It's also the intentions. After a minute crosses and you see Big start to come back towards B, it's actually a ridiculous frag from Favin. Quite lucky to do that, almost midair basically, but aim in the right spots. You want to give him credit. And Zips coming up from behind. And yeah, like you said, the T side looks like molasses, but that's what a good CT team can make it look like. You know, in that first half, it felt like kind of the same, except I didn't feel like the ideas made as much sense even before the rounds began. You know, at least with Big, they're not running into overstacked sites necessarily. Like as soon as they got the feeling they saved. But it is true. Both teams look like brand new squads on CT side.
Big gonna try to rush down Config. Ooh, it's ugly, but he gets there. Tabson gets the trade frag. BlameF out from tunnels. Nobody holding cave. Favin's actually got this pinched. His back is offered over. Now they are cooking. We've got an M4 for Tabson and Favin. A smoke on Tizian as he wraps back around through T-spawn. And like you've said, you know, Big may be even less successful at the moment, but there's always an idea, a clear image and intent. And right now, it's that B-site target, but look at this. Yet once more, CT's not sitting back, remaining proactive, and Glaive could find the most perfect timing here. The utility goes over the top. Glaive's going to hear those little bits of movements, and as he peeks outwards, oh no, it's ugly. It's so ugly, in fact, that now it's a man advantage, but all three of the players for Big incredibly lit. Lucky on the off, Pistol may even be better. Zipix could serve up an issue if he just decides to push through, but now it's a post plant. Now all the guns are up, and there's the trade. Lucky into the 1v1. Favin, what is your worth? He's got a smoke, and Lucky with the pistol. Oh, pistol out, taps it. Again, just such little health.
That was quick.
But considering that this was just pistols for Big,
yeah, you know, the thing is, it's just that this half can be so hard sometimes. Like those close situations will make the difference. Astralis got there way less often, but Big had 2 chances now, you know, on that first rifle round where Glaive is sitting behind the box on the A site. That could have been a conversion right there. I mean, that's 13. This one would have been 14. There might have been ecos on either side of it. That could have been the half wrapped up, and the story would be completely different. So Astralis scraping by. Yes, they're supposed to be winning in some of these positions, but
gun round.
So yeah,
Good flash.
Get overwhelming. Flash comes out. Glaive dies. Config is behind this action. Will he be able to find a way in? He's got a really good crack in the smoke, but
it's faded.
Doesn't seem like the peak is going to come. Yeah.
Tizian very much stuck here. Cemented behind those boxes. Config knows it. He knows it.
Oh, man.
And he's thinking about extending outwards. He could come clear this. He's just assuming that Tizian is never going to move, and that is the case.
Yeah. I don't know if there's no guarantee. Oh,
now
no,
he might
forget. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, he let his guard down for a moment.
And Tizian was here just to throw a smoke so they could hit the A site that is completely open.
Oh, man, that's the one. Guns back in for Big. They go towards middle. They find 2 opening kills. Glaive empty-handed. Config just let his guard down. You saw how wary he was of that position.
Oh, he's coming through.
He assumed it'd been too long. Zipix can't even stop the bomb plant, nor get a kill as he dies. 2 survive if they can save, but Big have broken through.
Yeah, they pulled it off. They won middle. They won middle with those 2 frags. And I think Config, he didn't see Tizian. He was just very confident someone was behind that box. But at a certain point, he was like, I would never sit here this long.
Yeah.
Maybe there isn't anyone there.
Got to trust the gut. Tizian's shadow gives him away. So it's not going to be 5 alive for Big, but it will be a 13th round. 6 away from the win. Excuse me, 3. Great math.
Terrorists win.
I mean, I can taste it now. How's the money looking like for Astralis? They got at least the save guns, but this is all Tizian needed. And again, his job was just to help with the smokes towards the A site.
Woo. Hit him with the zippity doop. The jump up shoop de whoop.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. They have money. That's a good sign. They still have also won way more CT rounds than Big have won T rounds in the second half, even though it's looked good recently for Big Clan.
Lucky peering over.
You know, I feel like these positions are already a little bit more compelling. You know, Favin's on in this lurk spot. If he gets opt, of course, it's all for nothing. But now they're leaning towards A. It's Lucky on the other side of the map as well. Any careless step, one wrong move.
Oh, clean. Very clean. He's even got Config to lean back on. Blame F kills Favin. That's that solo lurk on the opposite end of the map. Glaive able to escape. Config to the top of the box, but he's taking damage. Now they know about him 100%, but still, Glaive gives the cover that he needs. Config primed perfectly for the peek around the side of it, and Keto 1 versus 4. Astralis right back to winning ways. Yeah. What does he take with him?
Yeah, okay.
They know he's here, man. He's doomed. Matter of time.
Hey, what?
We've done that twice today.
Yeah. 2. Well, okay. That was matching, and the scores might be 2 in a second. Astralis have figured something out. Leave it to Blame F to catch a lurk. Nice move from Configs working around that smoke.
Morse code.
Boots high, learning how to blink live. I think Sinks Blinks is stack B or something.
Okay. Ooh, lots of utility here. Config just ate a nade. Man, Big are trying.
No,
I gotta
yeah.
give them that, man. They are sweating for some of these entries, but every time they're just being hit back by individual levels that were not there in the first 15. Smoke down in the corner, that's a ruse. It's a double up on the pillar. This is not big enough for two people, but they commit, and especially Blame F.
The attack's just jointed. There's still two people here. I'm actually shocked they didn't smoke all on the ramp, but it's still working out fine for them.
Searson's going to try to come in late, but at this point, he's already been swarmed. The entirety of the CT side is on this bomb site, and folks, we are tied 13 rounds each.
Yeah, that's the money gone. That's the money gone.
Lucky has caught up to Blame, 24 and 22 kills apiece.
Been where he needs to be.
And Big have just become silent.
That's what I was saying, like, some of those rounds that were really close, even though they were working hard, putting them together, because they didn't close them out, you only get so many chances. Those could have been their chances gone. I would be happy to say, even if Astralis won this match, that Big still showed a better T side. That's a different conversation. Whether that means you should win or not is, you know, completely irrelevant ultimately, and Big know that. They still have to just continue to put on, you know, a better performance and actually close out. They can make it as close as they want in each round, but the only score that matters is the one at the top.
By the looks of the buys, it's about to go the way of the Danes. Favin burned down to half health. Tapson down to 37. Oh, but Config, he gets caught out by the Deagle of Keto. And we've already got Big swarming all around the tunnels, already getting themselves closer towards the donut. Lucky's even facing, he's in the open too.
Oh my God.
Keto is doing everything he can this round, but the bomb gets stopped. Glaive's gonna try to fight this. And Blame F in the meantime clears that player off at the A site. It's not too far gone. And sure enough, as they pick up bomb, they get caught. Blame F and Zipix picking up pieces. For a moment, that looked like Biggs.
That could have been over if that bomb didn't get stopped by Glaive in middle. Two players on the site going down. And Tizian, I hope he's not looking to hang on to this MAC-10.
What options does he have?
I mean, you can't go around to A. He's just going to walk back in the middle.
Take bomb and try.
I think it's going to go like this. Tizian walks past Donut, jumps past Blame F, takes 46 damage into Glaive. Glaive kills him. We go on to the next round.
Okay. Let's see it.
Oh, that's... Oh, Blame F is an op. Okay, never mind.
He's got bomb.
Yeah, he's got it.
They think he's going to go to the B site, but he just shot a bullet. So confirmed on A. They continue to get past the op shots, but an inevitable death. Blame F's like, who gave me this op?
He's like, normally I'm good with this.
Guys, I said trust me. But he picked up those A pieces, so let him miss a couple shots because these were crucial.
Whew. Nice crosshair placement.
The Keto frag, the secondary pickup, just because of that like vacuum that it created to just draw people closer toward A. I'm sure in hindsight, Favin would have rather not take that fight once Keto dies.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Here we go. Astralis actually have a lead on Ancient.
It's ridiculous.
An 11-4 CT side from Big, and that lead is gone. But their chances, they still exist. Config back-to-back rounds dying towards middle.
A lot of 5v4s for Big. It hasn't amounted in rounds too often. Eventually it's going to catch up with you, or maybe not. Playing with these mid-round frags.
Able to recover the spray control right into the face of Favin. Keto's going to walk into the crossfire. Missed shot from Lucky. Is he ready for Glaive? No! Oh, Glaive, no!
Keto grabs both. There's two left from the CT side, and it's going to be dead obvious here to Big. They got the nades to put this down, and they can maintain mid-control as well. This is for 14.
Glaive unable to get those trades. Two players about to give him the silver platter of rounds. The 15th wouldn't have been far off. But now the retake's still a chance. If Blame F can clutch this 1 versus 3, down with the first man. Second op, though, still up from Searson. Deep angle and a deep run. Big 14 all.
Yeah, an op shot miss, an enormous move from Keto. I thought Blame saved the day here with these 2 frags.
Felt like
that
it.
was after, again, a 5v4 from Big Clan, where it felt like they were going to give it up. Keto flicks back, takes out Glaive. And now round 29, I think we have enough for everybody to buy once again.
There'll be some limitations, maybe.
Man, I don't even know who I'd rather be right now. Like, in terms of, I mean, probably Astralis. But at the same time, you know, bigger fight. They get so close so many times. I mean, and if it comes down to a matter of the economy, the T's win 1 round. I don't know if Astralis will be able to survive it without loss bonus. The next one would be free. You know, it's a situation where if you win this round, the game could be as easy as possible.
Blame F trying to carry as many people as he can.
He's doing great. He's been great. No matter what's wrong with this team, he hasn't felt it.
2 to go. All 3 outcomes still possible. Blame F, no way, no way. Oh, he tries to go through, but they weren't blind enough for a play like that. Meanwhile, I like this. Zipix gets down the ramp and tucks behind the smoke, but he's actually just lost in the shroud of smoke down there. Glaive, you've got to recover from the last round. Clean first kill from him. Favin also gets snipped off the backside of that tunnel's lurk because of Zipix and the smokes that faded in front of him. Man advantage back for the CT side.
Full push at the same time. Look at the prophylaxis from the CT side, taking advantage of all of this space that's been given to them. And Zipix held on to so long outside of B. He not only got a kill, but saw it clear for a second. So figuring to try to come back. Zipix up front. He gets op down. And now it is just rotators. But will they expect Lucky to be this fast behind them on Cave?
Searson's not looking. Ramp's also not watching. They're smoked off on Cave. With that smoke on Cave, Searson's allowed to just turn his attention back, because why wouldn't you? Maybe once Tizian starts to go forward, Lucky reactivates. But if he plays his hand too soon, he could be a dead man walking. Searson just looking to hold this. Now he has no utility. He has no reason to take his eyes off of this spot. And sure enough, he nails Lucky to the wall. Taps and peeks deep. And Config, now is your chance. We look to him and Blame F for the impact. Now is your round. He's got 3 players ahead of him. The kit for the defuse, but no utility. It just needs to be sharp rifle work. He turns tail. He tucks his bottom in, and Big will find 15.
They actually make it happen. They get to the 15th round on this T side after coming so close. And Astralis put together so many strings of rounds. They got those 5v4s over and over again. Close ecos, a close pistol round, but no success. And that's where most people can run out of steam. At Astralis, it felt like this game was in the bag. To give up a piece like Blame F, though, at the beginning of the round, you know, that's when it's a bridge too far. He's got 29 frags for the team. And what's been happening is Big have been killing someone else. And then he comes in and grabs 2. They ran an aggressive gambit there. They had Zipix at the same time on the push, and Glaive and Zipix both got a frag, so it did make up for that fact. But Big reclaimed the space. Zipix gave up his life after inside of the cave, and from there, it was a brand new round. And just as I was saying, whoever wins run, if the T's win round 29, there's basically no money left here on round 30 for Astralis. They have Deagles and MP9s to work with. And Big, I think it's going to be crystal clear to them that this is being handed over. All they have to do is not bungle it. They play a slow round, they have an advantage.
Favin's fast.
Even fast up the ramp, they have an advantage. Whatever they want to try to do.
So many times he's been on his own here and just comes up empty-handed. This time it's an immediate 5v4.
The CTs don't really respond to it. They resmoke B, and they're like, okay, let's just hope that it's not that. If it's somewhere else, maybe we can try to grab something back. The attack is coming in. Look at the cluster of T's about to approach mid. Glaive up close with this MP9. There's a chance for him. Do they clear this position? Is he going to let them by? He can only get a dink off.
That's not enough.
There's no one else here, and they smoked out snipers. Again, they've got a utility advantage.
Config forced to move. Blame F getting ever closer. If he had an A1S, you know he'd love to go for spams. They could come back at him. The biggest hitter on the server is about to get a face full of lead or a dish full of damage. And he's got a nice off angle for it. He knows they're close. 40 seconds. It is literally Blame F between them and victory, and he runs wide. 3! Almost third! He hits that dink on Searson. That is just enough to still make this feel doable. There's a flank coming in from the back, 25 seconds. Config now. He goes back to the site. Favin wrapping around the pillar. Still, the Deagle's dry. The damage is there, and the MP9 just can't hit the mark. Blame F tried his damnedest. Astralis run it all the way. But Big, the final hurdle, just an inch too tall.
Damn. Oh my God, what a brutal ending. What a grind all the way back. That is an absolutely ridiculous match. And it was a match of strugglesome T sides, but Big, you could argue, were the better team on T side. They came closer more times. They looked like they had a clearer game plan. And in the closing moments, they used all of that information, all of those reps to finally put together the right idea and execute behind it. And that's where they were just a little bit better than Astralis, and it was represented in the scoreline. 16-14 for map 1.
Heartbreaking.
And every map is a question mark in this series. So that could be it. You know, we'll see for Big if they can actually turn this into them moving on to the spring final, or if Astralis can fight back.
We'll find out on Dust 2, folks. That's the second map of the series, and the one will start right after this break.
Okay. Whoops. Alright, sniper from back. What, where? Oh, okay.
I mean, the takedown on Leash is winning.
There?
No.
Oh. Nice! Oh my god. Oh crap. Oh wait! No wait! Come. Oh, Campbell. Oh, get back here! Get back here! No!
I can't even move anymore.
No! Oh my kill!
Whoa, you have this? How do you use this thing? Ooh, no one can fly like that.
Let me use it! Oh! On the way. No! No! Oh my god. Let me heal myself. Oh! No, thank God.
What? He's one beside me. Who's this?
A swing and a miss from Astralis. Their curveball pick goes wide at the final seconds as Big managed to net the home run. And once again, a typically slow start from Astralis. And without that, they might have been a real difference maker in terms of the series, Jacob, because it got so close at the end.
Yeah, it was a valiant effort from Astralis after a very tough start to the game. Once again, we see the T-side on Ancient can be incredible tough to play, especially for a team that right now is not feeling it, right? We already established that Astralis are not in the best shape, so having to start out T-side Ancient, that could be tough. They win the last 2 rounds of the first half, and they gave them a shot, you know, at making a comeback. Got off to a good start on the CT side, but again, for Astralis, it's just symptomatic right now that even though they get close, they always find a way to, unfortunately, lose.
Yeah, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for Astralis, that's for sure. Jacob highlighted very well the fact that they get these last 2 rounds in the first half, plus the gun round right behind. I'm thinking, oh, that's it. They might have just enough energy. We could definitely see that Big were not as comfortable on that T side compared to Dust 2, for example, which is a map they dominate way more. They were looking for answers, searching, tapping around. Astralis had everything they needed to close it.
And we go back to round 28, and that's where it all changes for the side of Big, and they managed to close it out.
Oh yeah, Astralis could have closed at round 28. Look at the scoreline, 14 to 13 for Astralis. It starts with Config being a little bit alone towards mid. We can actually kind of criticize his position, but then Blame is going to be served an absolute platter right here. Double kill, 4v3. And what's then is even worse. Perfect setup between Lucky and Glaive here in that donut position. Kido is supposed to be dead. Lucky misses the shot, and what's going to happen is even worse. Glaive should have believed in the setup. He peeks wide, Kido finds him, and just like that, it's a 3 versus 2. Make that a 3 versus 1, and all the hopes of Astralis now on Big's Glaive's shoulder that aren't going to be enough. That setup in donut, that Lucky Glaive setup, should have been the end of the round. Kido should have been dead any day of the week.
Yeah, no, and it's really unfortunate just to see the fact that that was one of the only times we saw Astralis leading in that entire game as well. And then with that, Big just managed to take it back.
It's just so sad, yeah, to be completely honest, you know, because you're spot on, right? That setup right there in donut, they were perfectly executed, perfectly set up. They just had to hit their shots. And Glaive obviously had to trust Lucky for the bait. Even though Lucky misses a crucial shot, which shouldn't have happened, sure thing, Glaive could still have gotten 2 kills from that position. So it's just a bad mistake for both players, and it cost them the game.
And for context, if Glaive doesn't handle the situation well, it's also because he's having a hard game. And people need to understand that. At this point in that move right here, Glaive has, what, 9 or 10 kills max. He's definitely not lucid. He's not at the top of his game. Any player that would have been in a great moment would have been very clear-sighted in how they had to handle it. And Glaive just went in a bit early. Big mistake, no pun intended, and they lose a little bit.
And then we go to the final round of this first map, and Blame doing some incredible work here with this weapon, but it just, again, not enough to be netting Astralis that win to push it to a 2.
Unfortunately, Blame had a great game, a very great game. I even posed the question in the green room to the 2 of you, where would Astralis be without Blame right now? I know a lot of the critique that he receives is that he's I guess a defensive player, a player that's, you know, sometimes get accused of baiting, but in this game, he was the sole carry for Astralis. So many rounds with a multi-kill, so many times where he tried his absolute best to keep them in the game. 10 rounds with a plus multi-kill as well. Even involved in 8 opening duels, which is a little bit atypical for Blame F, but I also do feel right now that he's in a position where no one else is going to do it, so he may feel the extra responsibility to involve and go into an untreated area.
You see how hard this was for Big to close this game? You think about this very round. It's a 5v3 with like 45 seconds left. Blame F is in the position with an MP9. He gets Molotov down. I mean, that should be it. I thought Big had done everything they need, and somehow he grabs 2.9 kills. And even after that, it gets so dicey. No one was truly in control on Ancient.
I do want to give some praise to this Big, though, because we saw them starting really hot on this particular map. 2 names I do want to throw into the ring, Searson and Tabson, for just pulling out some incredible stuff, particularly in that first half.
Yeah, the dynamic duo from Germany, right? The 2 best players Germany have to offer right now. Searson is again playing a fantastic game, playing a fantastic tournament. He's been very consistent as well throughout the entire tournament. I think that's one of the things we have to credit him as well. The fact that he's doing an Ancient, a map that I haven't seen him play that much, is also great to see. Tabson, I mean, he's a special case in the sense that I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I think he could be performing much better on an individual level if he didn't have to call all the time, if he didn't have to, you know, use a lot of his energy in terms of controlling the team. But those 2 together, when they're playing well, Big is a very dangerous.
How many of these shots are actually unencumbered? With no flash, no smoke whatsoever. I mean, this one, I'm going to be okay. That's a full eco, whatever this is. But look at this. How many of these shots, that one's beautiful, but it's just there's a lack of utility, and that speaks volume as to the quality of the T side that Astralis had to offer. Both teams were relatively limited in, I guess, the level of detail and refinery they were putting to the take, and Sursen, obviously, if you're not going to flash him today at this event, he's not going to miss you.
Well, let's flip the conversation over onto our second map coming into this series is, of course, Big's pick of Dust 2, the same map that we saw them competing on last time. Quite a close scoreline of a 16-13 in that one. But just talking about the start for Big on this, they were really, really trying to abuse that B site hold from Astralis. And we heard from Glaive, he's not the most comfortable holding that side.
No, and that's definitely something they'll have to address. Config and Glaive will have to figure out a way to disturb the way Big want to abuse that. I think, and I expect that we're going to see a bit more aggressiveness coming out from Glaive and Config. Maybe try to push in lower dark, maybe try to take upper dark, in the middle of the rounds to avoid, being sit back and wait for that execute coming in for Big. We've seen Big pick us too throughout the entire tournament, and I've actually been very impressed with the way they're playing.
And I would be absolutely not surprised if they continue to pounce on that B side. Glaive had a mediocre first map. He's not in a great shape right now. He's not full of confidence. If you're Tapson, you can smell blood in the water. You absolutely are going to pounce on that B side.
The Sursen versus Lucky duel. We've seen it many times. We talked about it many times. On Ancient, they had 13 duels. Sursen won 9 of those. Lucky will have to step up and shut down for Sursen if Astralis want to stand a chance of winning those 2.
Yeah, undoubtedly huge weight going on his shoulders coming into this second map, and it is siding with the favour of Big in terms of our betway odds. Is their map pick coming into things, and one more map separates them from sealing their spot at the spring finals. Can Astralis tame them? It's time to find out after this break. Welcome everybody to Hot Swaps, brought to you by Coinbase. We're going to talk about the hottest of the swaps coming into this new season. Lawless, I'm going to go over to you first to start off with. Who have you picked?
Monacy to G2, the biggest transfer of the season. We actually have a situation where G2 potentially have an upper that can take on Simple at one point.
Like Simple for G2 to be able to win trophies. That's not the case. This is not the conditions he's in.
We have all seen his highlights, FPL, and what he has done in the Academy League. He has insane talent.
It'll make it easier for him to just go in and not worry too much.
Most people's bold prediction for this year, so I think that he's going to be pretty good.
I know Lawless has already thrown a bit of shade at your pick for the hot swap, so who are you going with?
I don't really know why we're throwing shades at shots going to Liquid, because that was my hot swap. Honestly, I almost fell off my chair when I realized that shots went to Liquid.
Link saying he's the hottest swap of the year is that's totally because Maniac's got, he's play with him or something.
Well, I think that we're going to be really good too, and I think that people are going to be pleasantly surprised after a little bit. I think that there's going to be a lot of learning that we're going to have to do.
For Liquid, I don't think Shox is going to be the one who solves their issues.
In terms of the new roster, I think that we're looking super strong.
Shox used to be a superstar with a capital S, an absolute superstar. He was obviously featured in all the top 20 of the 3 first years in HLTV.
There's some question marks how they're going to do overall, but I think long-term, this is an interesting pickup for Liquid for sure.
I'm going to go with Rox. I think, unfortunately, in 2021, we didn't really get to see the best of Rox, but the biggest reason I'm really excited for this is because Rox is going to be under Carrigan once again.
When I left to FaZe, I told FaZe this is the player I want for the team, no matter how the team is going to look like.
He lines up really well role-wise with all of the guys from FaZe. I think that's going to be a really natural transition for him.
For me, the reason why I'm most excited for this is the fact that he's rejoining up with Carrigan. Rob's playing a round of Counter-Strike, and you'll be purely amazed with what he's delivering to the server. So I think that's why I think this is going to be the hottest swap coming into this new season.
The reason why I'm so excited about Shox going to Liquid is that he's putting an end to 9 years of French Counter-Strike.
Honestly, he's got to be the hottest swap. Even when he's aiming in the wrong place, he still hits his shot. I mean, look at these flicks. It's unbelievable. I haven't seen anything like it. Carlos, you're in for a treat.
Honestly, I think Mohan's speech was amazing.
Yeah.
He really hit me with the flicks. The little message to Carlos really got me, so I'm going to join Mohan and say Mohan to the G2, that's the hot one.
I think I'm going to be flip-flopping over there as well. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us for Hot Swaps brought to you by Coinbase. Really excited to see how all these swaps play out in the 2022 season.
Well, Ancient becomes the tale of CT sides, and as we jump into Dust 2, where this series could very well be decided, where Astralis sent to the showdown, and Big, yet again, to the finals of a season. Check out that Betway odds there, Launders.
I think that big now they survived it, and because of how up in the air this whole series is between the 3 maps, I feel like just the 1 win is enough to raise some concerns if you're cheering for Astralis. They both worked so hard. I mean, it was a great map. It was messy, but you know they were fighting, and of course, both teams are not like extremely top quality at the moment. But I think Big did look slightly better and pulled out that result, even if it was very sketchy at the end. Dust 2, tell me about Big on Dust 2. You're talking about it a little earlier.
Yeah.
You're loving Big on Dust 2.
I'm liking Big on Dust 2. I mean, their B hits have been really cool, I think, in terms of like just internal timings. You know, sometimes we've seen them postured for splits. Sometimes it's one of those last minute moments where they hit the B site, but it just feels like for whatever reason, they're getting their opponents kind of to fall asleep at the wheel, to not expect that sudden B burst. And that was really, I think, Astralis victimized by it worse than anybody else in their last matchup. Now, finally, towards the end of that half, Astralis start winning rounds, but it also coincided with Big attempting the long plays and trying to go cat to A, you know, trying to change it before they got over-conditioned. They go back to B towards the end. Once more, Big breaks through. So
yeah,
you'd think that if you were the victim of that and you have such a recent piece of game tape on this, that if there's one improvement we see today from the CT side of the Danes, it has to be stopping Big from getting into that B site.
And that's something that Glaive answered and said, you know, Dust 2, you know, we got to figure it out towards the end, but yeah, that was just a horrible start, and Big's game plan was so good. So what's going to be great about watching this match, if you missed that one, is seeing if Big on the T side are going to try similar things, because they changed it up when they played Dust 2 the other time. They didn't go B every single round. They were trying a lot of A splits and stuff like that. So it was something targeted towards Astralis that made sense and worked. And we know Big are always good for a strong game plan. So let's see what theirs is going to evolve into in the rematch.
They will begin on the T side. And they will have 2 sets of utility. Smokes, flashbangs, all that you could ask for. Zipix with the Berettas. Down into the lower tunnels he'll go. Now in the pistol round versus them in phase, it was actually Twist to play this exact same position, and it caught Big off guard. I believe they lost 2 players to it because of the cat spot. So trying it once more, but Keto gonna hard clear the corner.
The difference was Rain was peeking off Cat and took first contact.
Yeah, this time it's the jump spot, and it's just not enough to grab Keto's eyes. So the Berettas will now become that of the T half.
Well, I wonder if he did that without show pause.
I hope so. Oh, I hope so. Ooh, Lucky gets gushed.
Ooh.
Favin wins a crucial fight towards long, just making this A site all the weaker.
So weak now.
Searson going to be the front runner.
Big blame.
The bomb carrier.
Listen, Astralis like, screw it. We're assuming it's A. So they're putting themselves in a good spot to actually give themselves a chance here in the most 3v5.
Keto jumps down.
Blame dies on the ramp.
Yeah, that's going to open up the plant. And then the long exit as well. But Config actually shaves one off before bomb goes down. He's already extending.
The little ROPS post plant here dropped into Fast Cat with Keto.
Searson in the site. May fall to Config.
Oh, there's this chance.
Yeah, that was a very narrow chance as well. Favin, he's taking damage from long. Searson, he gets the kill from within the bomb site, and now all eyes turn towards Glaive. He's just sprinting up long. And Keto, well, he's tucked down in CT, but as that cross happens, Searson with perfect timing versus both Config and Glaive.
Yeah, so continuing with their at least very high success rate, even if it's not an immaculate pistol round streak. And this is where it begins. And again, as Zipix, he's relying on this jump spot from way back on Cat. But the jump spots are going to be a victim of timing sometimes. That's how it goes. Doesn't mean they're a bad idea. They're a nice safe medium between, you know, fully committing and just playing all the way back. Zipix will get tagged early on. Searson had a great map over on Ancients, and Lucky was able to compete with him. But Dust 2 is kind of his playground. I feel like if we're going to see Searson play well, you're going to see it sometimes the most on Dust 2, especially on T side, controlling middle.
Quick move here from Keto off the flash. Well timed, but CT's got flashes as well. Oh, yeah. Keto sticks it to the guts of Lucky. And we're going to get the push up the catwalk. Looking for the head on site. Blame F dead yet again. Very clean T side. I say that. We're 2 rounds deep. Very
well,
clean
yeah,
start.
No one died. You know,
No one died.
It is clean. It's clean. So what are you going to do when all your hair falls out?
Glue it back on.
Glue it back on, yeah.
You know, I had this idea yesterday.
Yeah.
I was talking to Freya.
Okay.
I asked her if she'd ever shave her head.
Yeah.
Okay. She said she thought about it once because then she could wear wigs. And I realized, like, yeah, okay, that's a thing that, you know, women do. They wear wigs. I feel like men wear less wigs. You can if you want. But then I had this thought, what if you just shaved your head and then made a wig for it? And then if you did that like 3 or 4 times throughout your life, you would just have your best hairstyles. And every day when you wake up, you'd have the option to choose which of the hairstyles you wanted to wear. You could just keep your hair perfectly kept.
I think that's the idea behind wigs.
But it's your own hair every time.
Oh, your own hair.
Yeah,
Got
you don't buy wigs of other people's hair. You make wigs with your own hair. It seems kind of creepy.
There's something creepy about it.
There's something very creepy.
It's something very voodoo, but you're doing it to yourself.
But it's also very practical. So
not a bad idea.
I didn't copyright the idea last night.
If you're gonna do it, you should do it now. That's basically what you're saying.
I'm thinking about it.
Listen, if you don't come up with that idea, I mean, there's always great hair that you can buy out there from other people as well.
How much do you think it would cost to get Blaise hair?
I don't know. I can't even think. I don't have enough. You need to be in like the Dos Calmas Club, I think.
All right.
At least.
Damn it. Not there yet.
Big and long control. Name a better duo.
Big and B executes.
Yeah, that's true. Fewer teams are better at converting rounds with long. It's one of the silliest. It's a silly position. They know it's going to be A. Big know they know. They know they're still win. The CTs will still try.
That's the epitome of rounds like these. I guess it comes down to the scout fight. Searson sees a competitor. Oh, what? Lucky, that's like a long-range pistol headshot. I don't even think he saw him, man. Just spamming away with the P250, connects to the face of one, and it's over.
That's how it goes.
Next round.
And if it's a long spawn, they'll just do it again.
Searson says nice shot to this Lucky kill, but do we have it from Lucky's perspective?
It's a crazy P250 long distance headshot all the way to the back.
Made no sense. No sense at all. Now the game begins, all right? We just had the tail of the CT sides, but as much as we can have a conversation nowadays with the power of the CT sides increasing, Dust 2, I don't feel like falls within that pool.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it did slightly, and people thought it would be more with the nades.
Stockpiles.
And you'll see taps in with 3 HEs on the CT side, dropping them off on CAD just intermittently, but it hasn't made a ton of difference. Like the most impressive go at it was Alexi B with his 1,000 utility damage in 1/2. But after that, everyone thought it was just going to be all the time. Everyone started losing their minds. But since then, no one's been able to recreate that. So for whatever reason, it's cooled off.
It's crazy how that happened like 2 or 3 days after the change.
And
we all thought
worse.
like, whoa, the meta.
Yeah.
And then we have never seen it again. You know, you see little tidbits of it, but not everyone's Alexi. Zipix one and done. Tabson, good trade through those long doors.
Oh,
that's the bomb shown as well. Keep that in mind for the CT side.
Wow, they're getting crazy with it. But they deal with long, so that's half the split shut down on both ends. Now it's a 2v. They have CAD and long, but
ooh, Searson responds. That's a lower tunnels kill.
Oh my god, he actually stops them all in spawn. And of course, his job is just to get here and pause.
Oof, tough shots to hit.
Yeah.
Standing in the open, but I mean, Tizian can just run, brother, run.
They kind of want to wait him out. Do they just walk into this? They do. Oof. My god, and now the round's pretty much over. If they get into the site, they seem weary of the thought that someone could be in B, but now they feel a bit more comfortable, it looks like. And I don't know, they're so far away. I mean, you know, it's 2v2, so, you know, you think you want to try. Okay, now they're on for it. Nice shot from Lucky.
We've seen a good clutch from Tizzy in this event, and he's not the guy we look at for the impact, but these are one of those moments in an important game like this when we look at the formula for big, it's like, okay, Tizian needs to deliver from time to time. This would be a huge one to finish off. He just starts to look away from tunnels, pushes out, gets the first, and he knows now that the tunnel player's coming. Bomb nearly 3/4 of the way, already ticked, needs to dodge this fight. Shadow advantage, back and forth, with a big clutch in a crucial moment of an important map.
That's a fact, yes. After a map up, winning the clutch on that first rifle, that's a 2v 2v5?
I believe so.
Did they actually 2v5 that? And it's 4 at this point. Susie
2v4
grabs
at
his,
least.
grabs one inside a middle. Yeah, I can't remember if they had found a kill before then, but 2v4 at minimum, that's ridiculous, and it's extremely well played. Astralis were right. It was an A split coming on. I mean, every single player from the T side was either on long.
Catch one in the open. Second one's there to peek.
It's refreshing to be on Dust 2 a little bit. I think Ancient, that the CT side story, I think that needs to be, you know, I'm not trying to do
we got to blow it up.
In-game activism here, but
Okay.
I think there needs to be a rework in a little bit. That was eerily reminding me too much back of 2014, where Overpass, Nuke, and all these like CT sides made their T sides look terrible when actually a team is trying their hardest and still can't win rounds. I think something needs to change there. I'm gonna put that out there into the ether.
Yeah. Little activist, huh? You gonna refuse to play CT side Ancient?
Exactly. I'm gonna take a stand.
So they change it. Boost over top of the smoke. Little tidbits of damage here. Pistol players desperate for an opening. But feels like Big, you know, definitely happy to kind of feather the throttle on a round like this. Very quick opening onto the A long, then slow down for a second.
Now tell me what that means. I haven't heard that one either.
Feathering the throttle.
Feathering the throttle.
I think what it means is, you know, you just
Oh,
tap it,
I
you know,
gotcha.
you just a little feather foot it, little
Right.
tap 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 tap.
Gotcha.
Not
Good job.
flooring it. It's good.
I like
To
that.
floor or to feather.
Mhm.
But you know, I'm new to the racing world, so
That's
what do
a
I
good
know?
one. Oh, I see. Is F1?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, okay.
Stop asking questions.
Did you buy a racing seat?
I did. I did it today.
Yeah.
I did it today. Wow. Look at me. Not rich enough to buy a real car. Racing car. I do own a car.
Real car, yeah.
When are you gonna get your license?
I want to be like Bardolph and get my boating license, my plane,
Scuba license and
scuba license
his flying license. That's such a flex. Hey, do you drive? No, but I do.
But I
fly scuba and boat. Sail. I don't know.
I boat. All right. Another great start from Big. Whoa, what happened here?
Damage.
Lots of it. Config got frisky in the tunnels.
If you guys want to see a hilarious video, you go to James Bardolph's Twitter. He just got a new racing wheel, and he put it up to 150 force feedback. That thing almost took off like a rocket. Just like Big arc right here, right now, okay?
So Clave was talking about how he was struggling on the B site, figuring out how to stop the attacks, but we can already see that it's not the same game. And all the preparation they put on the B side, I think Big respect it. You know, they respect the server time and want to try to test other parts of the map to see what's gone under talked about.
Nice nade. Could make things a little easier if Lucky doubles back to the cross.
Got another one here.
Yep. That one a little too deep.
He's very blind now.
Oh, good headshot from Lucky. Turns attention away as that smoke pops, and that's going to allow for one to at least get closer. It's taps in with the bomb. Technically, you just need the plant. And the frag grenades have been thrown from Blame F, so odds are he's going to run out of that artillery soon enough. Searson's going to be hunting Lucky.
Man, they have a long player still, too.
Mm-hmm. With that op versus op fight.
Let's see how well
they're going to boost.
No way.
Yep, they're going to boost for him.
Oh.
But Searson doesn't like the odds of that. Didn't feel too comfortable. Favin, it's about timing on those long doors. Lots of bodies, 3 of them coming up from the CT spawn, and we've already got a challenger here at the base of ramp. The cap player starts to come back. Tabson peeks over. Searson cuts one off. Favin still yet to activate. This is perfect. Everybody from Big with kills. Config never even got a chance to retake, and a 6-0 start for Big.
So much map control, so well handled there, and that was just careful from Tabson looking into the ground, crossing, just making sure that no one else gets off. They threw that really important fast cat smoke to make sure they obscured Lucky's vision, and that's that early damage. And from here on out, they really didn't need any more fights. That's a beautiful shot from Searson, though. He was originally looking for Lucky, ends up getting both, and they didn't even know know that Favin was inside long doors. And the idea there is if his teammates start dying, then he has to speed it up. If his teammates get kills, he just has to, he can slow it down as much as he wants. And in this situation, he doesn't even have to show himself at all. So Astralis don't know how badly they lost that round. Timeout will get called. Not much money here for Astralis. And I mean, I'm positive Big are going to try their B-side attack at some point.
Right. Yeah,
they still can do it. Even if they feel like Astralis might have prepared versus it, you know, one of the best things to do in a situation like this, wait for when they don't even have money, then just throw it in on those rounds. Just because, like, you know, they know how to stop it, but when they don't have the utility, they don't have the guns, can't do anything about it. But they've also got long spawn, so they're going ahead and jump out at Lucky.
Wow. Keto didn't even see him.
There's all the money. Do this dance again. Last time Astralis threw that smoke out to counter the cross smokes and then started shooting behind it. And actually got a couple of kills.
Yeah, it was decent enough considering the buy. And listen, they've got the stack in the right position. 2 smokes and a frag still to play. They go for the double boost. Glaive going to be looking for targets, but Searson connects the moment he sees him. Searson shooting hot. Yeah. But still, bodies stacked up on the site. Lucky's low. 13 HP. Tizzy's going to ignore him, just pushes forward. Takes down Zipix, and, well, tons of utility being thrown towards Lucky. The damage was there, just like last time. You know, there was a moment. It was not quite kills from the previous, but
they're just so good at converting their long rounds. The health bars are crazy low, but not even a single kill for Astralis.
I want to see this. How much of Glaive did he spot? Can't even cross, man.
Barely. It's like Maniac just said. I mean, if he's not blind, he's not going to miss. That's kind of where he's at right now. I mean, I really want to know how many times he's actually just missed a flick in the last few days. Maybe 4?
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5. I didn't see him.
Can't stretch it to the limit.
Is there a way to pull that stat? So you have to factor in like how many wall bangs and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like that would
hard, but
somebody's got to manually count that
with someone on his screen. How many shots were missed?
Any of you out there are that dedicated?
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, it's 4 or 5.
I like the blind confidence.
But as low as 2. I mean,
it's just been so stellar.
Seriously.
See if this is the solution. A buy back up. We're still waiting for the B hit, and I see 3 guys heading towards tunnels.
Can't believe Astralis got 60 note on Dust 2.
Just jinxed it.
I save it.
Lucky's got the op towards Cat, but not peeking down here into the tunnels. They'll have to get a little closer before he finds impact. Nobody to punish the mid-smoke.
Astralis don't favor too much op presence in mid around the doors. Definitely see Searson play there a lot more. And it looks like it's time for the B hit. No one's going to cross us. They might just contact explode instead.
Config's close. This is his moment. Spraying away, gets 2 and a dink. Excellently done. Solid crossfire between him and Glaive. It's going to be Tapson to try to run through smoke. Just pelted in the face with that flashbang. Broke his nose.
Oof. It only takes 9 pounds of pressure, actually.
Really?
It's easy to break a nose.
Yeah.
This is already a lot better. So it wasn't a full exec, so big go with the contact explode. If it is going to be the exec, they'll try in the early round while the smoke is up to cross to the other side of the boxes to set up their full grenade sets. If they're going to walk down the tunnel like that, then they'll just go for a contact. One problem was before, I think even when Big did a contact explode, no lurk smoke, anything like that, Astralis still had no one watching the actual choke point of the tunnel. And then by the time they would see them, Config would be playing car, for example, and Glaive would be behind Big Box. Then they drop a smoke in front of Big Box, and they wouldn't see anybody before the T's were all over the site. So this is just a bit better because they play close to the choke points, they have open lines, and they'll just eat their flash and have to tuck the entire time. But again, I think it's cool that Big tried B, but not in that way yet, with all the kits of utility behind it.
They'll keep it in their back pocket for the time being. Took 7 rounds to Big side before Astralis were able to answer. Can they double up on it, or are we going to get more of the same, which was just this cut through the catwalk? Blame F's coming up. Lucky's got good cover. Eats a flash, finds the second player outwards, but we do still have a drop. Keto's managed to get on boost box.
Wow, they're really...
Zipix is coming back. I mean, he's standing in the open.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tizzy in middle. Looking for more than just the one.
Oh,
That's going to confirm that Glaive has left the B site. You'd assume there's only Glaive left over there.
I like how Big do that. They keep that option even when they're all, like, fully committing to a cat exec. They're like, let's see if we can catch a rotator here and change this up.
Lucky with a deeper angle.
He might as well try. You know, he's low HP. One bullet will make the difference. Did he cross?
He didn't
yeah,
see
he
him.
did. Oh, and he'll go down. That's the site opened up. 15 seconds. The plan can come in. Blame F is in spawn. There's one in long.
He doesn't have nades, Blame.
Oh, the bomb just...
Oh,
my God.
He threw it on top.
He still has the ability to plant. That's pretty unlucky. It just went over his head. Oh,
Frag
it
over.
went for default.
Misses the mark. Tizian, very little HP here. And if Zipix gets the kill, then suddenly Searson, Searson's got to make a play for his own. So he's going to go down onto the base of ramp, peek and pry into the CT spawn. But now he's standing in the open. Still,
he gets away.
Snaps it into Glaive. Tizian activates, gets that kill. Can he go for the 2 clutches? Another 1 versus 2 for Tizian.
Blame has a smoke.
Remember, he's 11-3. He's having an excellent dust too. It's a fake. Tizian taps, waits for the peek over top of the smoke, and Blame F still able to find it. Jesus. What an awkward situation.
Wow. Searson almost gets... Honestly, if Searson doesn't jump, he gets away. The bomb goes over his head.
And he comes and picks it back up.
Comedy comes in many forms.
This one tragic.
That's kind of funny. A little bit. It's one way to win. Not a round they were supposed to anyways. Lucky had no idea Tapson was swinging out wide. Oh boy. Oh. They throw the Gambit smoke to try to cross towards long, but there's a gap in it between the smoke and the actual pit. That's a huge punish for probably that. Just one bullet
Gets
do
out.
that. Oh, they're just transposing
quick.
fast into the long hit. One in CT.
Config trying to run up around the ramp.
They know he got around. Yeah, they do.
Keto's in the sight. Config able to get the 1 kill. Digs Tizian. Still Tizian able to answer back. 4 Ts in mid, ready to rock onto that bomb site.
Man, love how they're working right now. Just turning it right into B. They got the mollies down, the smokes. There's
What
no
a
retake.
tempo change.
It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. That's long control and cat at the same time. And that was just fobbing out long, too. That's well done. Tizian 12-4.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought for sure Config was going to win that duel. Just tapping.
He got the headshot.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Big looking solid. I guess at least, compared to Asian, it's not as much about Astralis not playing well and more so just about how good Big are, what I mean? Which is cool. I mean, I'm sure if you ask Astralis, their coach or whatever, they're going to be like, we did all these things wrong, but they're definitely getting out-fragged. Pretty strong game plan here from Big.
By Tizian.
Yeah, Tizian's going off.
No offense.
He's got a good event. Yeah, you brought it up. He's had a good event.
Favin as well. We haven't really had to say his name too much these last couple of rounds, but this one just kicks it off with that incredibly fast pace out long.
Yeah.
Tizian claps back versus Config after he was able to get to around the ramp. for a second, it looked like Keto was even going to kill Config as he was coming up from CT spawn, but Keto, didn't expect him. Config then runs as fast as he can. There was a moment of an A-hold for the CT side, but then it all slipped.
And we never see Ave talking on timeouts. Or if he's still getting used to it, if it's just all prep work. Actually seeing a lot of talking out of Blame.
Yeah.
Blame and Glaive. But there's only so much we know. 2-8. At least there's still the open play here on the CT side, and a couple guns picked up. It's just Glaive who has a weaker buy. This could be another interesting round to try to take on B if they want to. And Lucky will spend some time in middle, which has been doing a little bit less of, and it looks like, yeah, they're going to fake some presence towards A. However, Astralis have played close now to the door and disrespected this and cleared out the blue bin. So that helps free up the rotations towards the B side of the map, but they're out.
Looking for more. Config also topples one. B site held yet again, or at least it was initially. Now Keto, he's got a good positioning here on platform. Door smokes, that denies vision.
Searson's going long, and they have the sight, so he can actually, I mean, wait.
But Blame F's just standing there.
He's sitting on single box. What the hell?
Is this a read? Oh, wait. We almost got a kill.
How?
Why?
Why? Is Blame F brains as big as his arms?
Both of them? Okay. Listen, we got the bomb plant in the end.
They have
I just
two
really
smokes left.
I wish I knew what was going to happen. But we are still in a situation unfolding where Glaive's wrapped around the tunnels. He's got 10 health and an MP9, so really he shouldn't be the front runner. You'd think Blame F and Lucky try to combine for a trade frag jumping through this window. The consistency in the smokes is also going to serve as an issue. Did they just smoke off their own teammate? Glaive's being set up as an element of surprise, but Townsend, he just disrespects it, pushes for the double, and gives Big 9.
That was such a sick timing from Tapson. Like right when the pressure was accumulating to the climax, Tapson says, all right, they have to now retake.
My time.
He was over on the other side of the door, and yeah, they are about to come in.
But nobody watching window. Both players watching door.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if they were going to set up a grenade, but that's the last thing they expected to happen after all that time. I was Blame F sitting on single box. The entire site was been taken over. They saw the bomb. Searson running long is the most atypical play you could expect in that situation. Maybe his keyboard broke.
He broke it.
Yeah, his keyboard broke it.
We got to buy Brokey a light bulb and a new keyboard. What a little creature.
It's funny. I like it. He puts out the funniest. He'll just drop a meme after a game, like he did Elige's face with Props' smile on.
Yeah.
Like great tweets.
Also like an MS Paint Photoshop version of it too. Yeah. You could see the cut.
Like you don't pay me enough. It's great. He's funny.
Real troll.
No stickers though.
Nope. It's okay. We'll get 2 of them this year. That's why we didn't get one last year, so we could get 2 this year.
Say it right now. Who will win Antwerp? Right now, say it. The full sentence on record.
Gambit will win the Antwerp major.
Oh, wow.
Tizian pushing in. Ooh, him and Searson. Looking for the corner player. Down goes 2 off of the deagle of Blame F. That's a nice little pistol play here. You know, enough to make Big raise a brow. I didn't want to say Gambit, but you put me in a pressured situation, and I don't know. I don't deal well with pressure. Don't do that.
It's been said. It's locked in.
So shall it be written. So shall it be told.
Sound like Hypno Toad.
I don't know what that is. Sorry, Searson's kidding.
Sorry, you sound like Gandalf. 8 Hypno Toad. Well, sometimes Big go A, sometimes they go B.
Yeah, and their B hits have been, I think, against the lesser buys. Yeah, that's really it. We haven't seen like The one time they go versus guns, Config's tucked close corner, gets completely shut down, and that wasn't even the execute we're trying to talk about. That was just the walk up.
They're just keeping it there in their back pockets.
Now you got me thinking about Lord of the Rings again.
They're withholding.
I said it was the Riders of Rodan, but it's actually the Riders of Rohan.
It's close.
If you could live in one of the places from Lord of the Rings, which one would you choose?
I have such a bad memory that I read all the books and watched all the movies when I was 12, and I just can't remember anything.
Okay, bro, flexing. This guy reads books.
Zipic's like, what? Weird champ.
If you were a certain type of race in Lord of the Rings, what do you think you would be?
I don't discuss race on stream.
Okay. I think I make a good orc.
Look like one.
Yeah, okay, bro. Maybe one of those tinier ones, little goblin-y ones, you know? The ones that get just like smashed all the time. Human blood.
Okay. Oh, will they molly him?
Yeah.
Will he leave?
Ooh, gets away. Oh, almost.
Little smoke to it.
Almost caught. 40 health left for Zip.
Yeah, they executed on that quick enough. But look, they've got the attention of all the CTs still. They're worried about it, and they take the space back at mid. Config's just got to win like a dry duel here. He'll get spotted. They could smoke out mid B if they want to. Oh, or they could just get off instead. Change of plans. Now it does open up Cat. It's this constant push and pull between mid B and Cat that you see in these situations. We got Blame F below him.
Very quiet.
Lucky watching above. It's the late flashes that have been bad. Lucky's been able to find the timing.
Yes, he has. Ooh, the drop down didn't work, but Keto, quick trade. That'll help.
Well, they got Blame, so now they're coming up from CT. There's still another rifler here, however.
Yeah, two different levels here.
Tabson needs some support. Do they have any? They want a single
flash shot. This shot and a double from Tabson.
Oh, man. That's a round-winning miss.
12 and 6 is Tabson. Make it 13. A hot swap to the op. And a shot through the heart of Config and the soul of Astralis.
Ooh. Tabson actually had nothing he could do there. He dropped into CT spawn, and they didn't have a single flash from the corner. They knew Lucky was still up, and the smoke was coming up behind him in CT. He had to just move and take that duel. So that was as free as a shot could be for a Lucky. And Zipix, I think, has a nade out, right? If I'm not mistaken. No, Lucky just
Zipix peeks into it.
Zipix just gets bodied. Okay.
You know, our desk mentioned it coming to this game, right? You look at a guy like Tabson, veteran of Counter-Strike, long career, and if he smells blood in the water, he will most certainly jump on top of it. And you know that Astralis are bleeding walking into the second map. Yeah, they almost staged that CT-sided comeback on their map pick, but this is where Big wanted the series to be. He's 14 and 6. You know, Tabson's always good for kills. He's never the bottom fragger per se, but we have seen him kind of stunned by the in-game leading. Not this week. This is multiple maps now that he's been right up there. And who's he alongside right now? Tizian, 13 and 6, also putting forward a position, a performance that makes you think Big have got this in the bag, but we also felt that way on Ancient. So if anything, Astralis have earned our respect a little bit longer. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but the doubt is definitely there. And it's growing.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Ancient in any way, especially not with Astralis on the CT side, which you could look forward to. Big will switch over and feel even better. They've just cleaned up on these anti-ecos as well. Some of them not even lost a single player. This time's different. Now they're starting to approach, but that's also 3 CTs up in mid. Ooh, okay, Config will find a nice shot.
Ooh, oh, I thought, okay, wow, okay. I thought Favin got all 3. Favin and Tabson, their names are too close together. Oof. Everybody nailing shots here. The individual level from Big is just, it's insurmountable for Astralis on these.
When's the last time you said that?
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. We haven't.
Yeah.
We haven't. But that's the thing is like by the end of this week, we're now thinking to ourselves, okay, this is one of the best Bigs we've seen.
Yes.
And they're always better at Blast.
Yes.
Big is best at Blast. Hard stop.
Yes. Specifically groups.
Damn.
They'll take it. Be a freebie for Lucky. Oh, wow. Okay, he eats the full brunt of that flash. Still gets away with his frag. That'll take the edge off a little bit. Zip explode. He's got to be careful with that smoke. That's about to come up.
He's tucked.
It just comes down to the clear of him. Lucky's not supporting him just yet. Oh, man. Lucky was on the corner to refrag. That spot gets reinforced, but not in this situation.
I don't know if Lucky asked for that, but here you go. You get smoked.
With Molly was coming.
Not even needed, because as he tries to run back, he dies out. Glaive quickly up the catwalk. 2v2 to close out this excellent T side from Big on Dust 2. Tabson playing atop the car. Searson playing within the bomb site. Boost on the catwalk. Tabson's not able to help here because Blame's still around that corner. And sure enough, we got a third one from the Danes. A 12-3 T side on their map pick. With the showdown looming above the head of Astralis, the pressure has never been higher.
So hard to play against, so without a doubt.
But they didn't have the 87-0 streak, so you can't really put them on the same tier.
They could almost be S tier, but I feel like I'm not gonna put too many teams in S tier.
NIP 2014 as E.
Didn't NIP have the
O bonde que mais se destacou nesse primeiro episódio. Beba com moderação.
NIP 2014 ATF.
Honestly, I didn't watch NIP 2014, so like I don't have like a really good like scope. I just know that they won a lot, so I'll just put them at the A tier.
Oh, okay. No, you know what? The NIP 2014, put them as D.
And then C, I will put the 2014 NIP, also with Virtus Pro 2014.
I'm gonna put VP 2014 at C tier for pretty much the same reason as NIP. I honestly didn't watch them back then, but they didn't have the 87-0 streak, so can't really put them on the same tier.
VP 2014, I think it's A tier. I feel like VP was up there with the teams that were like dominating the others.
Virtus Pro 2014 A also. I'm authentic, I'm a bit nostalgic when I see this.
So on the S tier, I will put Virtus Pro 2014 for sure. So hard to play against, so without a doubt.
B, I will put Virtus Pro 2014 and Cloud9 2018 because it was really hard majors, and NIP 2014 as well, I think.
Cloud9 2018, I'm not sure if I'm underrating them, but I would maybe put into B tier. They were a really strong lineup, but I don't really remember them being that dominant during other tournaments.
Now let's put Cloud9 2018 to C tier. I think that their win was actually like really crazy, like the mental fortitude they had to have in that major to be able to come back.
Cloud9, I remember this overtime versus FaceClan on the Inferno. It was really stressful for players, I think. And like Virtus Pro in 2014, I was seeing these emotions, and I don't know, just want to put it to the B.
Actually, maybe that's why they should be a B tier.
Ola, 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 oatmeal and granola.
What's that mean?
It's just part of a song.
Okay. Why is that relevant?
Because Astralis are getting eaten like breakfast.
All right. Good save. But will they save it? Because it's a long road ahead. I'm talking 12-3, folks. We got utility for the Astralis side, but here's that statistic we always go back to. You know, Big only losing pistol rounds to FaZe, and then one of them on Ancient versus the Danes. Other than that, Big pick up pistols. And, well, every good comeback tends
Tizian
to
is frying right now.
Start with pistols, but what if it ends with a pistol instead?
Tis God.
Who would have thought? You know, you could have you could come to me today and told me a lot of what could have happened between Big and Astralis, and even I, who brought up Tizian.
You literally argued for Tizian to be a core player of Big because of you've been so inspired by what you've watched from him.
And I still couldn't believe it. Still can't believe it, as it is an ongoing affair. He's over here, tucked into the goose.
Well, it's an inspirited performance from him and the boys across the board.
What's he got?
One more in the pocket. But Config has been really great on these pistol rounds. Actually, another 3 frags for him. Bomb plant here for Astralis. And now it's a 2-player retake. Config. Confidence with a K, baby.
Let's go, Ace.
Oh, make it happen.
Oof, never too late, brother.
Yes, sir.
The thing, like, but I mean, I'm not going to read. I don't want to read too much into body language and whatever not, but I've seen Config get lesser rounds than that and look more excited and happier.
Sure.
You know?
No, you're right. And
yes, okay, it's 12-3, yeah, whatever. But, like, you know, he realizes himself that even with this ace, like, there's a huge task ahead of him.
It does speak to his, you know, how much more there is to this.
He's somebody who always wears his heart on his sleeve.
It's like, I don't want people to get excited about this. I want this to be my every round.
Exactly. So maybe that's the kickstart, you know? Astralis gave us something to talk about when they swapped sides on Ancient. Yes, that also leans into this conversation of stronger CT sides, but don't you dare lose to Deagles. Zipix gonna kill Keto and Tizian on top of it. They do shut down that threat of the 3-man long push. Yeah. Blame F towards middle.
You saw that?
Did he?
Sharp eyes. I think he did. He's calmed it. Everyone's looking behind him.
Get a quick little turnaround. Searson didn't get that calm, and Glaive gonna end this. Shadow advantage, all too easy. A conversion. Both the AKs move forward. The Galil gets picked back up. Only 7 rounds between them and Big. Don't lose pistols.
Pistols. Ever again, please. Tabs and thank you. It takes longer to write in German.
Yeah. Oh! What? The utility is so sick.
With three different icons in the kill feed from Blade.
I want a cinematic of that one.
Half second. How's that even? Let's go. You just alley-oop yourself. He should
fire on the door.
Props himself for that one. What is
frag
that?
On the? Oh, of course it's queued. Let's go. Boom! And then
the last guy, headshot.
Oh. Here we go.
That's the hype, man.
Blame like that
I think
one.
maybe you need to put Config on that side.
Next to Blame?
Change his seat. You know what? Config and Blame talking about how they want to play together for the rest of their lives. Yet they're sitting on the other side of the room.
Trying to spread that energy.
Yeah.
Like a marmalade. Now the game begins. This is the real challenge for the Danes, all right? You go ahead, win pistol, convert fully.
Yeah, that's cute.
Let's really talk shop, all right?
Yeah.
Let's get to the business. Half of the round count of Big. Bank nade over the doorway. Negligible damage versus Config. Oh, yes! He shot the nade! That was perfect! Perfect! I love that shit!
You clapped like a monkey with cymbals. Okay.
It was so good. It went so straight.
It didn't put out the entire molly, or unless there was even 2. Just on the edge. Ooh.
Another one.
That's a native response. That's another one that got shot over, Connor. How excited are you right now?
Even more so.
Oh, this one's going to hurt.
Oh, he's setting himself up so nicely. Zipix and Blame F, though, going to bring it back. Hang on to the man advantage. Searson all the way through long doors. Keto all the way in B site. And the T side double back. They had that A site.
No way you want to run into Keto right now. Not with an AUG.
They had that A site. It was theirs.
He's tough. They're not going to clear him.
He's going to kill the first one.
But now
they're still trying to split.
He just has to cut off the... Oh, my God. He just has to cut off the bomb.
Zipix is right behind him. I mean, there's literally no time.
No way!
There's just no time.
So what are these noobs doing? Are you serious?
Dude, we're going bowling.
Beautiful. And it all amounted to these 2 clean shots, yeah. His HE damage for the own assist. I mean, it's still a beautiful move from Keto, but like, yeah, it's like the time. It's like, man, they're coming to me.
Time is crazy. You know, what's wild is they could have. I mean, if you're worried about the A site,
it was not only the better site; it was also the only site.
What do they expect? What do they think was there? What in their minds stopped them from committing to that cat play?
Terrified, yeah, about something.
Somebody on Goose, Searson down long. They have to smoke up.
Oh man!
Either way, right into round number 20. Big.
That goes to worse.
They're not giving them much room to breathe, and Astralis just choking themselves. Round 19, not one that they're going to want to remember.
Honestly, I'd call a pause after that one. It's not the way you want to go out. B-split coming in, potentially. Let's see. Glaive's got one of the 2 smokes on the play. As they start to push out, Tabson one is still straight up dropping off Fast Cat, and they cannot find him still.
He's playing well. They'll put the smoke in front of him. Keto's going to drop an off shot, gets spammed down the push. Taps in, another double, another impactful round. 3 to his name, and all that remains is Blame.
Bomb at his feet. Blame coming out late. This is for 14.
Shadow helps. That's at least the first one. Smoke soon to fade. 2 players there.
Wow,
and
Tabson.
Big 2 away from the spring finals.
He shut him down. I mean, Tabson, once he got that first kill, he also had the right to jump through the smoke because now it's 2 players on site stop the mid B, plus him who can make a cheeky maneuver just to go 1 for 1, and he ends up getting both. Right as Keto is peeking the doorway. Moving cohesively and running with confidence.
Oh,
it's the gun show. It's not going to save you in the server, though. We're all made equal.
Yeah, tell that to Monacy.
On the map.
Uh-oh, yeah. The final timeout. Maybe that's why they didn't call one the last round. They've only got this last one to use.
Pretty sick game from Big Clan overall. Definitely some weird moves from Astralis, but wow. Playing well when it matters most. Got a lot to be proud of. Single AK. Single AK on Blame. I guess so. Just pistol up next round. If it doesn't work out this one, maybe it's worth a shot. It's the buy we see Navi keep doing. And yeah, walking up has worked out so far. But if they take time to set up all their grenades, we know what's coming their way. Tabson's here readying his HEs, and it's, yeah, chunking them real bad.
Yep.
Oh, but that's the off down on the cross. Searson, he's got so many nades to work with. He's just lobbing them.
Glaive doesn't want to be the pushover. Deagle entry is a big one. That
Another one.
Land. Perfect.
Oh, it's going. They're catching him unlike Aguilar.
Stops that bomb plant. Taps in, though. Glaive, he's trying his damnedest, man. That's all that's cracked open this bomb plant possibility was the double deagles coming in from Glaive. There's another one. Dink connects. This time it's Zipix with a P250 slide by. Tizian tucked in this corner. He knows that Glaive's right there. Jumps back. Blame F's position, unbeknownst to Big Clan, comes around from that long corner, commits, and Keto caught in the open. Oh my God,
what's happening?
Still not dead.
He's still peeking for it.
It's
okay. No, we can only be so excited about that.
Listen, Blame's happy. I'm happy.
He actually wanted to die, and Keto just didn't want to kill him. Somewhat comfortable, I guess. Oh, God. They just immolate his dead body.
All right, that's something. That's a little Astralis magic, you know? That's
the new Astralis magic, right?
Yeah. The double...
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Double deagle headshot from Glaive, the slide by P250 for Zipix, and... Well, I don't think that last one was magic. But It ended the round, and it put it on the board for this T side. Still half of the round count. CTs with a smoke. The grouping inside middle.
Should absolutely be free. Wait, he had no head armor. What?
Probably forgot to buy in the last round.
Oh my god.
It happens. Happens.
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
It's T-side.
It does.
That's probably going to be the last kill of the round, surely.
Ooh. Searson is sneaky.
He doesn't see anything else.
He got around it.
Oh, he's going to be able to get
That's
a
a
gun.
gun. Yep.
Oh, no.
Gravity's not your ally.
Zippix gets dinked as well. I mean, nothing to be excited about. They have the site.
You sure about that?
Favid's got the op, which means he's just going to save, surely.
You sure about that?
I mean, there's just no chance that the CTs do this without armor. They got a smoke to work with.
More damage.
It's not gonna. I mean, there's no cause for concern whatsoever. I don't think
there's no kit, so they need to get on the bomb in the next 3 seconds. They had a kit, dude. If they had a kit,
oh my god!
If they had a kit,
no way.
They could have won this. Instead, bomb's gonna pop, clears the board of Astralis to survive. Just one. Searson commits to the cause.
That's a good round.
And for one team.
Very expensive. The one guy without head armor, instant 1 bullet USB headshot. And imagine if Searson got that AK, yeah.
Yes.
Flame's getting inside all around rounds. But honestly, the mood could be so much worse if not for Flame being happy.
100%. At this point, if you're getting beat up like this and you're not at least celebrating the little that you have,
yeah, they're still fighting. It's true,
man. That's a Warriors mentality, and I respect Blame for it.
That's
it can look a little goofy, but
yeah, it's most people would not have anything to give. So, all right, they're gonna take the match seriously. So will we. Another real round they got to work through here with big touching match point. They're so close. Seriously, looking at that crouch peek.
Eats the flash.
It's not really doing much to him. In fact, he's looking for more.
Saw that nade.
Yeah, he saw the nade cross. Just looking for the next frag.
Config's already up the catwalk.
Poor Keto, and that's Config dead instant off that tactic.
Nice setup there from Tabson.
Assassination, and he doesn't move. Oh my god, he hit that.
Glaive gets tagged on his push up the catwalk. 30 health as the nade also lands on top of it. That could have been his death.
Just Tabson time.
And Keto's going to stay forward with 2 more players behind him and only 30 seconds.
Another flash.
Perfect utility usage. Big on top of the ball. Now, there is a chance they redirect back towards this B site, but again, there's going to be 2 players in position, and one of them is Searson, who simply doesn't seem to miss. 1 shot off of the mark. Zippix in the no man's land.
Nasty round, man.
And he just has to concede it. That's a 15th for Big. 7 map and match points.
Brutal. Searson controlling space, staying calm in middle, finding an absolutely obtuse flick on the cat for some damage, plus the HEs from Tabson, plus the flashes that allowed Keto to peek. Never left his post, stayed perfectly calm, could have easily dropped and moved into a new round instead. Said, hey, there was one guy here. I killed him while he was blind. His teammates don't know. I'm going to stay. Using their utility to its absolute max, and this could just be it. That was so brutal. Oh my god. 8 rounds here for Astralis fighting against match point. This is their ticket to the spring final.
That it is.
They don't want to qualify to the spring showdown.
Don't say it like that.
And they've got an AK on Zippix with 4 pistols behind it.
It's got to be the Zip. Searson with the utility in front of him, a little bit of damage on him as well.
B-site's the hit.
Yeah, it's the
Hito's pretty
burst.
much alone.
Oh, the AUG, just good for the one. Op's already up.
Oh,
It
Zipix!
had to be Zipix, and he delivers at least an opening.
Honestly,
Tapson grabs gun, falls back. A save.
I was going to say, you know, we haven't talked about Zipix much, but he had a couple of rounds with like double entries to clean up, right? Few sharp shots here and there. Welcome surprise from Zipix. Put a lot of trust in him.
It's a round they need him to come alive. I mean, his signing, his position on this roster, he's got to prove that it's still in the tank, and if it's not going to be a clutch, then it better be an entry.
Yeah. And
1 AK, 2 kills, and a 9th for the T side.
It's a clutch moment all the same, you know, going up against match point.
Keeping his team in it.
That's pressure. They get out of here, and this time they don't lose everybody while winning a round.
They grab an AUG as the cherry on top.
6 to go just for overtime. Bigger's still going to be more than comfortable. Sharp shots, the second one especially.
With that flash pop.
Yeah. Just a hair away from that flash.
Good crosshair placement. Of course, it doesn't bottom out the bank accounts of Big. Easy save for them. Double op set up immediately. We've seen a clean Keto B plat op from time to time.
Yes.
Curious to see if Astralis can kind of overwhelm him. If it's not an op, he tends to play it with the AUG.
He was hitting some absolutely disgusting shots versus FaZe the other day.
Zipix not able to open up. Falls back with 50 health mid-play here from the Danes, and nobody in middle just yet.
No early long control, and in this mid-round, Big have been insanely good at getting damage off around the mid doors, off a cat.
Oh, we didn't see that.
Yeah, but that actually, you know, might be a blessing that he gets out of there. I switched to kind of a retake setup, I think. Actually, it's Tabson. No, it's Tabson's in CT spawn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sitting and waiting.
Ready to pop a smoke. Does so.
Hoarding grenades as per usual, I assume.
We got 5 players stacked up on Cat.
Yeah, they're...
And Searson's still not in position, so as the smokes go down...
Trying to execute quickly. Searson on the cross, they flash him.
Goes a little too far. First connects. That's Glaive down.
Was flashed out.
T-side running out of utility. No more flashes. Luckily for them, Searson misses that shot. Zipix gonna go ahead and plant his bomb. Oh, but Tabson again. The artillery. They didn't learn their lesson last time around. And Tabson now moving from the CT spawn into a fighting stance. Needs to be Blame F on a Deagle, or for the 3rd consecutive year, Astralis will start their year at the Spring Showdown.
Oh my God. They did.
Big do it again. They never fail to qualify. Big is best at Blast.
They made it happen. They closed out the night. They qualify to the Spring Showdown. They lock it up. It's time to get excited if you're a Big fan. This is some great form. We've seen them evolve throughout this event. And a terrible loss for Astralis and an overall terrible event. A lot of teams got better as things went on. Almost everyone started rough.
Yeah. But
that's where they ended too.
This would be the power up, man. You know, Searson up there as we expect. But again, I just can't stop thinking about the way Maniac hammered it home before this series started. When a guy like Tabson smells blood in the water, he is going to pounce. And he just did. Huge moments as well coming in from that CT spawn. Frag grenades on point, and we see distraught is Glaive.
Yeah.
But this isn't the first time. It's the 3rd year in a row that at the first season of Blast, Astralis come up short and are sent to the showdown. Now, they tend to still get to the finals. They still power up, but a difficult road ahead.
Yeah, you gotta, I don't know, you just gotta let it digest. It's always sucks. You got the next thing to look forward to, but we've heard so much honesty out of Glaive about, you know, the realisticness of the situation, how much he feels like there has to be done before they can show results. But that doesn't change the fact that they're still in the middle of a tournament. They need to qualify, and they know they don't have that ticket to land when they were this close.
Tough stuff.
But full credit to Big, man. Great showing.
Well earned, Big. We throw this one final time back to the analyst desk to close out the Blast Spring Groups 2022.
Connor, you said it perfectly. Big truly do it best at Blast. Having not stumbled at a group since their inception, they make it to the finals yet again. And what a fashion to be doing it in Maniac, taking down Astralis on Dust 2 convincingly to net up the series.
Very convincingly indeed. Yeah, we have talked about how they now master Dust 2, and we can see firsthand all of the work that has been put in. Would it be with the utility usage? Would it be with the setups? The executes, their T side was pristine. They completely took Grave for a ride, and that is a very deserved win from Big.
Without a doubt, the best team tonight. They were the better team last time these two guys faced around, and tonight, Big again, manhandled Astralis in a fashion where you never really felt Astralis came close on Dust 2. There were a couple of bright moments, a couple of individual heroics, a couple of good calls coming out of Glaive as well. But, when you look over the entire game right here, you're left with a feeling that Big were never in danger of not winning. Ancient was somewhat close, sure, but that also required a massive comeback from Astralis, whereas for Dust 2, that was as clear as anything could be.
I mean, you were looking into your crystal clear ball, Maniac, saying, tabseN, he's a hot prospect coming into this. As if he was smelling blood in the water, he'd be pouncing on it. And he really did, not only in some of the calls, but his individual performance as well.
Yeah, I truly feel like they have tailored the perfect role now for tabseN on the CT side. You'd see he's very mobile, he's moving around, he's got utility at his feet in the CT spawn most of the time, and he can use them appropriately whenever he needs to. How many kills did he get on T's trying to plant the bomb from the CT spawn? Good rifle work as well, as we had seen it right here. And it's great to see tabseN frag. It's great to see tabseN being in shape and in form, because he used to be one of the absolute best. I know that was years ago, but if there's anything in the game plan of Big that can allow this man to be enabled once more, that's a good sign.
He's underrated. He's very, very underrated. He's an in-game leader who's found a lot of success, I'd say, with Big. You look at the player material he has to work with, the period online where they were the best in the world, it all came under tabseN being the in-game leader. We don't give him enough credit for being a great leader, and we all know how good he could be as an individual player. Dust 2 is his playground, and I think it's good to see. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. If ever there were a new German in-game leader coming out, I still think we could see more individual brilliance from tabseN, but we may not need it when he's playing like this. It's just insane.
Well, I believe we do have one of our winners on the line, of course, from the side of Big. It is Faven joining us for his first interview live up here on the desk. First of all, huge congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Can you put into words what it means to you personally for, attending your first Tier 1 tournament with Big, managing to qualify for the finals?
It means so much for me. I was super hyped playing this game, especially on Ancient, where our preg results also were a bit shaky, I would say. And after I saw that we are managing to win some rounds, I was just super hyped, and it just feels super great to qualify for the next stage. And I'm looking forward for more.
We get to see a lot of you on the server. We get to see a lot of you in the webcams as well. But can you give us a few words to the kind of spirit and the atmosphere in Big at the moment?
The atmosphere is really good. I don't know, I never experienced something like this before, not in Sprout and in my rest teams. But it's just, I don't know, it's just super good feeling. Even when yesterday we were 14-1 down, the atmosphere was still super good, and we just had fun, and today we won, yeah.
Faven, congratulations first, of course. I want to ask you, you've been a product of German Counter-Strike for many years now. How does it feel to have the big jersey on your shoulders?
It feels super great. I mean, to be honest, it's just a dream, I would say, for every German player to play in Big. It was also back then when Big was founded, I instantly had the dream to play for them, to play with tabseN. And I don't know, it's just, I'm super proud to play for such a team, for such an organization. And it's just really cool.
On a very personal level now, how far do you think you are from feeling completely comfortable with all your roles and all your positions and all you have to do? How far are you from that point?
I think I still need some time, definitely, but tabseN is helping me a lot. Also, GOP is helping me a lot, watching demos with me and stuff. And yeah, I still need some time to be 100% confident like I was in Sprout, but it's already way better than like 2 weeks ago. And I can definitely feel my aiming coming back and stuff and my confidence, but it will still need some time also to adapt on these tier 1 teams, because I never played so often against top teams. And yeah.
And now, in a perfect world, how do you see yourself in this system? Do you see yourself as a playmaker? Do you see yourself putting the team first and maybe just fitting in wherever is needed? What is your dream scenario?
To be honest, I don't know how I'm in the team right now because I didn't make any thoughts about this. But I'm like, if tabseN tells me do this, I will just do it, because the team is more worth than a player, and like the complete team. And it's just the success what needs to come out, and not the player individually. So I'm like, I don't know how I would describe myself in the system, but I can do everything. I can go entry, I can lurk, and even play op if Zizan doesn't want to, but I think he will never stop playing op, which is good. But yeah, that's like how I feel.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, for sure, Fabian. It sounds like you're speaking quite highly about Tapson, and a lot of us, myself included, rate him to be a great individual player. Can you try to give us a few words on what he does as an in-game leader for your lineup, and what are some of his strengths?
His strength is to be completely calm. I think, like, I never in the practice matches and stuff and official games when nothing went good, he was not super tilt, he was not tilt, he was still cheering us up and stuff. And what he is doing as an in-game leader, I would say he's also micromanaging a lot, like how he wants it to be played around. And this is something which is incredible to do with 4 more players. And he's really, like, people outside, it's obvious they don't know how much impact Tapson has as an in-game leader, and it's just super, super insane. Sorry.
Well, Favan, huge congratulations to yourself and the team. Thoroughly looking forward to seeing you guys attending the spring finals.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And it was great to get to catch up a little bit with him as well, get some words to the new man on the server as well. And it was something that we've been discussing kind of through seeing him integrating into Big, the fact that he has not been a liability at all on the server. And we've just seen him, gradually getting more and more integrated, having more and more impactful kills as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's getting better game by game right now. It seems like he's slowly but surely growing into his position within Big. I like your question as well, Matthew. Where does he see himself? I think he has to be a fragger. I think he has to be a player on the server who is going to make the difference. Because again, when we talk about Big and we rate them up against G2, Vitality, the top dogs, right? We sometimes and often find ourselves talking about the lack of firepower ever since they lost Santerran. So it's good to see Faven slowly but surely getting more impact on the server. But I think for this young man and for the rest of Big, if they were to take the next step and become a top 5 team again, which they've been before, then Faven has to be an in-game player.
And hear the pride.
Yeah, no, definitely. Elation for Big, but unfortunately heartbreak for Astralis. But we do have a few words from Blame F.
Blame, we see you guys fall down to the showdown, lose out 2-0 to Big. But, okay, the Ancient first half, right? It was 11-4 to them, CT side. But you guys made one hell of a comeback to get into it. I looked at that as a positive in terms of you guys having good morale, working together on it. But I want to ask, how much time had this version of Astralis put into Ancient, and how comfortable were you on the map?
I don't think we have any excuses in that regard. I would love to just say that we never cracked the map or something like that, but that's not the case. We have put equal amount of time into that map as many of the others, so it's not like we have a massive disadvantage in that regard. Obviously, we haven't cracked 100 maps with the new roles and all that, but we have definitely had quite a bit of practice. So there's no excuse in that regard, unfortunately.
And when it comes to your T sides, right? Okay, yes, I know Glave's the in-game leader. You got Ave as well. But is there a world in where maybe you can help out and mix up and bring some of the style, or maybe you're already doing that as well?
I mean, I don't think it's a matter of fact of me trying to help more. I think more it's a lot of confusion in the mid round. I think it's not like Glaive doesn't know what it's not like he doesn't know what he wants to call. It's more like sometimes when he calls it, there's a lot of confusion about it or something like that. I don't think it would help if I just start yelling what I think we should do or anything like that. I don't think that would be better at all. And I also think that a lot of time when Glaive makes a call, it is the right call. I do think we had a lot of chances if we didn't hesitate in some of those mid-round executes towards A in the Ancient and T half. I feel like we could have won more of those rounds, but yeah, we didn't. We hesitated a little bit, then we got blocked off by a smoke or something. So yeah, I don't think that's the problem.
And I'm actually really glad you used the word hesitation, because there was moments on your CT side, specifically on Dust 2, that I was watching where you guys are looking like you're ready for a retake, but then something's missing or someone's not ready to go with maybe the right smoke or the first bit of utility that goes in with the push. Why is this happening for you guys? Is this off the back of the role change? Is this just the back of maybe too many different ideas on what people want to do and not waiting for it? Because it's very uncharacteristic for an Astralis of old.
I think specifically on Dust, what hurt us was that every time we tried to I think we over-rotate a little bit sometimes, that we got caught, crossing the middle area, and then all of a sudden one of them, their players were holding the cross, and then we had a really hard time crossing back. So I think that's what happened. At least some of the rounds I remember is we were so eager to help each other on the bomb side that we actually forgot that if they're unshort, they can go back B pretty easily if they see us rotating towards A, you know,
Yeah.
if they haven't committed all the way up on site. I think that happened a couple rounds at least. But yeah, I just think that it kind of goes back to before. It's not like we're all confused. It's not like that, but I just think like sometimes when players official, there is some like confusion going on, or like, you know, maybe someone is like holding rotation we're not used to or something like that, and then it catches us off at guard a little bit, and then we're not as good at adapting right now.
And in terms of that, though, I think maybe there was one of the rounds, I think it was, you were sat on the A site, B was pretty much under attack, and you caught Sirius and trying to go all the way around long and get you guys in the back. Is that where you learned and trying to adjust on the fly, but maybe it was a little bit too late?
Yeah, I think that was one of the rounds where like I feel like I did the right thing in the sense that I had 2 teammates towards B, and I think there were 2 alive only, or maybe 3. I think it was 2 alive.
Yeah.
And then I just knew that like it's not gonna help me rotating towards B. Like I'm not gonna come over there and save the bomb site. Like just have to trust my teammates holding that, and then I just have to like aim on A bomb site. And if they go back to me, then I win the round. If they go B, my teammates should still have a decent situation. So I just tried like not over rotating, even though like I could have maybe like made a rotation there, then it would have looked a bit silly, you know. So I was just like trying to like hold in case they went back, because I knew they've done it so many times in that game already.
Now, being honest with us here, right, we know, and I think you guys know, that the results you're showing at the moment are not good enough for what Astralis are looking to achieve. But how much longer do you think you need now you've kind of done these changes, you've made these positional decisions? How much longer do we need to wait until we see that Astralis? Because obviously the season started and the events are rolling in.
I think we have some like issues like that we face that we need to like figure out how to fix before we can like say like, oh, it's going to take 1 month, it's going to take 1 week, or it's going to take 2 months or whatever. This team is a long-term project, but I do feel like we need to like figure out some of like how to activate more of the players, and like how to have more players play consistent and all that in order for us to like start working as a team. I think both things need to work on. Like obviously, like we need to work a little bit on our team play for sure, and then we also need to like activate more of the players. So I think that's kind of like we need to figure out first how we do that. Like more specifically, it's not like we're not trying to figure it out every day. Like every day we're trying to talk about it and try to like address it and talk about it and try to fix it. But we need to actually find the recipe before we can start saying like, oh, we're ready next week or something like that. So yeah, I think we just need more time to like actually talk and like have a lot of like conversation about how we want to like play as a team and all that, and individuals.
Well, BLASTPremier, thank you so much for setting expectations. I know it isn't the result you wanted, but we'll see you back at the showdown, hopefully in a stronger fashion, mate.
Yeah, thank you so much, and I'm sorry to all the fans that are hoping for better results. I just want to say that we in Astralis also want a better result. It's not like we're not working hard or like we're not trying to like do our best. We just haven't found the recipe yet, and we're going to continue working every single day. I promise you that, and we're going to work even harder and just keep grinding until we find the recipe and hopefully make you guys proud.
Yeah, that's one thing I know you'll always do, man, is work damn hard. Keep it up.
Thank you. Bye.
Wow, props to BLASTPremier for giving us a really insightful interview after a really tough situation for Astralis. And it is really tough. I just want to reiterate something that Launders was saying at the end of the game. You know, we've seen improvements from some of the teams coming in, some bring a little bit coming off of the off-season, but Astralis has just kind of added lists, points rather, to that list of problems that we were talking about.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, the role change, you know, bringing back Lucky on the AWP, allowing Glaive to focus on the calling, focusing on the rifling. Many people thought that would be a recipe for success. And I think Blame said it pretty well himself. The fact that right now that they just need to put in their hours, they need to work hard, they need to find a recipe for success. I'm not sure whether or not the player material within Astralis justifies them being a top 5 team, but at least what they have to work with can be much, much better than what we're seeing right now. You know, and that's got to be the first step. We got to see improvement tournament by tournament, and we haven't seen that so far for Astralis.
We are as far from a top 5 as can be. I mean, right now, the fight isn't even about top 5. It's about being relevant as a top team. That's what it says. Can you imagine these players? This man we have on our screen, Glaive, he won multiple majors with this Astralis jersey on his back.
Yeah.
And now he knows how far behind and how far down the line they are. And this is truly heartbreaking for me. They have to figure out a formula. If there is one to be found with these 5 players, I'm not exactly sure the answer is yes.
Well, that does mean they are plunging into the depths of the showdown. Of course, we know that a single elimination tournament is not easy for anybody in attendance there. And we're just looking at some of those question marks. They're obviously going to be filled up with some different names, some qualifying teams as well. But from the names that we have there already, it would be tough just with those 6 teams in attendance.
hardcore format, right? You lose one game and you're out. So for Astralis to qualify for the finals now seems to be a long and risky road. I'm sure, as BlameF also said, that they're going to show better results, that we're going to see a better Astralis in the future. But right now, it's looking rough.
Well, from lows to highs, as we move on to our CS Money Player of the Day, of course, the final one for this iteration of the BLASTPremier Spring Games. Yeah, what could it be then?
What could it be? Oh, is it m0NESY pulling off one of the most insane clutches I've ever seen? 14 seconds left, 1v4. He has no time to do everything he's doing. He pulls off 2 no-scopes, gets a kill, and somehow, some way finds a way to plant the bomb and match you. I don't know about you, but that is just absolutely insane. Look at this little flick as well.
Look how he's flying around. Just like a rocket. Guess who's second as well? Oh, m0NESY. But what might that be? The actual same clutch. Because that's how good this was. We need to see it from many, many, many different perspectives. This one is a beautiful aerial shot, of course. The crane camera just waiting behind. You see here m0NESY striking on his opponent, trying to fly away. Oh no! Oh no! Bam! Straight to the face with, of course, the sound effect, courtesy of yours truly. Beautiful. And look at this.
Oh my God, flying into the obliteration. There aren't enough angles, Jacob, to do this justice. Where are we going to be seeing this from? Oh, from the enemy.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I can't see this spawn. What are you going to do with the USP, buddy? Oh, you're dead too.
That hurts.
Sucks for you. Another USP trying to escape, trying to get away. Well, you're dead as well.
That's so fast.
Everyone out of the way. Look at this guy. He's even trying to jump away, but guess what? m0NESY is too fast for you.
Oh, he's trying to...
Oh, gosh.
That hurts.
It doesn't get any easier to watch anytime you watch it.
It does. I like it very much.
Yeah, from our perspective, beautiful stuff. And I love the team reactions from it as well. Like, we heard it from the clip earlier. They weren't believing that it was actually going to be pulled off. And luckily, we do have that very team clip from the other team's perspective as well.
Coils one. Killer. Ja, det är allt rimligt.
Gör klart sin kill, brother.
Let's go timeout, please. Timeout, Anita, please.
Holy
Let's go timeout.
Good luck on that. What the
craziest highlights I've ever seen.
Okay, guys, it's okay.
Deixa eu comer, tira a cara.
Mais boa.
Ó, pé.
Piscina.
Tá aí, tá na piscina. Tira a cara. Piscina, pé.
Plantando.
BTT.
Plantando.
Relaxa. Não tá. Não dá mais tempo.
Não tô, eu acho, viu?
Eu acho que não.
Valeu. Quer pausar?
Tu que sabe. Tanto faz pra mim.
Props to whoever translated that. You get to hear the comms from that side. And it brings up... We almost thought there was no... No, absolutely not. There's no time m0NESY has to pull it off.
I'm not going to lie. You can watch this clip. One mistake or 2 mistakes that probably shouldn't have. A moment of brilliance from m0NESY. They did. They even communicated pretty well.
Yeah.
Brilliance coming out of m0NESY. You can't really defend.
Ferno, we had refresh the 1v5 against League. That map is just a place of greatness.
Subject of our Betway predictions.
Oh, you think so?
Oh,
here we go.
Here we go again. The crown is once again mine. I'd really appreciate if somebody could just go, maybe you, Pimp, go and count up how many times I've actually won the prediction game. Oh, the beautiful crown.
There we go. Long live the queen.
Apparently, I'm a big fan as well now. I guess I kind of have to be after that performance. Any words, Jacob? Just absolutely nothing. He's heartbroken. You see, the thing I love about Jacob is he never takes the prediction game seriously. You know, he's playing it off, saying, "Oh, I don't care," and then he gets so close to it, and we're left with that.
He's just
face.
used to losing anyway, so he's used to it. It's fine. Nothing special.
I don't think we're going to get any words out of Pimp for the rest of this segment. So let's move on to take a look at the brackets, see exactly how everything has been wrapped up here at the spring groups. Of course, some upsets, some highs, some lows, but here are the teams that have qualified for the BLASTPremier Spring Finals. We've got Vitality, OG, FaZe, Big, Na'Vi, and of course G2 Esports. Some absolutely huge names. Just 2 more people going to be joining them from the showdown. Now, I'm so excited to see how that goes down in April.
Yeah, that's an incredible list of teams for that, to be honest. Of course, Vitality, we have G2, we have FaZe, Big coming in, we have Na'Vi that we needed to, and OG, the surprise. I mean, that is so exciting. I can't wait to be there.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fabulous indeed. Let's take a look at the showdown as well to see the teams are going to be in there. Of course, we did just recap that. Astralis making it through to that as well. Definitely not going to be an easy feat going into this. We've got a hell of a lot more teams to be joining them as well, Jacob. So, I mean, do you have any hopes for your boys Astralis in that one?
Not really, to be honest. No, I think it's going to be too tough for them, right? You still have potentially Heroic, Gambit, you know, teams who can qualify for the online qualifiers. There's going to be so much quality in that tournament that I think for Astralis, you know, if they can win a couple of games and be competitive, that in itself is enough for me. I think they have a long road back.
I'm surprised you even gave me any words, Jacob. I thought you were stumped.
Me too. I tried, but you're too sweet.
Yeah. I mean, any final words from you, Maniac?
I've been very happy to be here. Very happy to be back with Counter-Strike. Winter break was cool to chill, but that's okay for a while. Then we need to get on.
That's the thing. 2022, man, this is going to be an absolute banger of the season. And it started off the way it means to go on. Huge thank you for you guys for joining me. Huge shout out to our casters, of course, our teams as well, and production. Special shout out to you for putting on an absolutely incredible show as always. We'll be seeing you in April for the showdown. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye, Queen.
Já tenho 4 corpos. Eu vou descobrir essa operação e desmontar ela toda. Vai querer dar o troco? Dá o troco? Justiça. Tudo que eu tenho direito.
Aconteceu muita coisa. Você vai matar um monte de gente, né?
Já até comecei.